The Alltech experience, we put this together so that we could tell people a little bit about the world of Alltech, but also the world of agriculture. So what we're doing here is we're kind of presenting this big challenge of how are we going to feed the world.
The most important human demographic event that ever occurred was the difference in population between 1900 and 2000, when we went from 1.6 billion people to 6.1 billion people. And in another 40 years, in only 40 years, it's expected that we'll reach a population of 9.3 billion people. Now, all those things came about for very good reasons. Improved agricultural food production and improved life expectancy, reduced disease and infant mortality. Our challenge is going to be to find new ways to produce food, to produce it more efficiently and more creatively as time goes on.
Does anybody know what percent is fresh water? It's a little bit less than that. About a guess? 3%. There's only 3% of the water that's on Earth is fresh water, okay? Now out of that, 2% of that is trapped in the polar ice caps. So only 1%.
In the future of farming, we're showcasing a sustainable agricultural community. Our key focus point with this system is converting fiber to fuel. Fiber generally consisting of switchgrass, corn cob, wood chips. Considered waste, we are able to convert this to a cellulosic fuel using solid-state fermentation technology. This is simply growing a fungus on the substrate which breaks it down, allowing us to convert this to fuel. During the fuel conversion process, CO2 is generally released into the atmosphere. In this farming community, we will sequester all the CO2 and use this material to grow algae. Plants convert the carbon dioxide to oxygen. Aquaculture, growing 5 times faster than any other agricultural segment, will provide a food source in the growing population, high in protein. Within this agricultural farming community, we're creating an environmental, sustainable system leading to feed and fuel for the consumer.
We're presenting the idea that the ACE principle, which is something that Alltech's been talking about since 1985, is the answer, and that's taking care of the animal, the consumer, and the environment. And we give them some ideas of what the future of farming might look like, but we also go into information about our new life sciences area that we're going into, of how could you have a pharmaceutical that's almost, a nutrient, and how some of the products we've been working with have a massive impact on cancer, Alzheimer's, and even things like HIV.
Here in the ACE Pavilion, what we're looking at is the resources that we have here on Earth. And we realized there is only one Earth, and we've learned in previous pavilions about how quickly the number of people on the planet are growing. So imagine the Earth as an orange, and we're going to chop up that orange and start removing parts of it. So take away 75% for the oceans. Then take away things like the mountains, the deserts, the lakes, the rivers where we can't grow any food. You're left with 3%. That's a tiny little part of that orange. That is all the land we have in the world to produce all the food for the growing number of people. So what we have to do is share this collective mindset, what we call at Alltech the ACE principle, and that is safety for the animals, satisfying the consumer, and sustaining the environment. Those 3 principles, ACE or the ACE principle, by combining those 3 things together is how we're going to be able to produce more food for future generations in a safe and sustainable fashion.
Over the last 3 decades, Alltech has introduced a number of new innovations into the animal feed industry. We've done this using basic science, the study of genetics, and a science called nutrigenomics, which really allows us to program nutrition to meet the animal's specific needs. The Life Sciences Group is a new opportunity for Alltech to take that same information and use it to improve the health and overall well-being of human populations. We'll do this through programming the nutrition, which will have major health implications in the future. This is a very exciting area for us to move into, as it takes knowledge that we've generated in the animal agriculture industry and applies it directly to human health.
We're using this, we're making it a very dynamic, interactive area. We want to tell people about our education and our involvement projects as well. And that's I think by making it entertaining, we're able to educate.
This stand is basically talking about Alltech's corporate social responsibilities, so our involvement in communities and in education. Behind me, there's a stand about how we're involved in promoting young people into the industry with our Alltech Young Scientist program. Also, our involvement around the world. Whenever a disaster strikes, where we can, we will help out. So in the tsunami in Thailand, we helped to build houses and boats. When Hurricane Katrina hit, we also helped out there to relocate people, bringing them to Lexington housing accommodation. Our main focus right now is the Haiti project, and that's where we're helping to expand a school in Haiti and also bringing a choir from Haiti to Lexington in order to spread the word about the disaster that struck there. On top of that, we're also doing Citadel Coffee. We're bringing the beans from Haiti to Lexington, Kentucky in order to sell it and support 6,700 families. So this is just some of the projects that we're doing.